like asking for help. I think sometimes it's a man thing, you know. As men, we can have a laugh and we can take piss out of each other, but for me, like, oh mate, could you do? I don't know. It's a weird thing. So I think it's a cycle that us men do really need to break. You know, that's why I always say the men's mental. It does. It matters a lot.
Blue lights. I'm like, God, I'm high. Like, I'll probably, this is a good little trip, nice little touch. I'm like, walk into my room, start eating my thing. I'm like, the fuck's that?
Now I'm panicking.
Go to the front door. 6 police officers.
Back in the medieval days, because this is how it'd been. See the Vikings here. Yeah, us Vikings sat here. Do you think we're going to let some fucking little ponce go and chat shit and tell us what to do?
No, absolutely not.
That's not, because we're too busy fucking going out fighting the war and we've been fucking killed off in the battles.
That front kick KO that you did in one of your last MMA fights.
Yeah.
That's a fucking naughty highlight reel KO, that.
That was, and I'll say it and I'll keep saying it, I am the only man in America, in England, to do it off the front fucking leg.
Yeah. Little things that they can do, like get you paying taxes, get your house prices going up, stuff to keep you skint, so you've got to keep working and keep distracted, and all these little things that could lead to the reasons why you're not united and standing up for yourself. And some countries do it, and that's why they're in a better place.
Well,
but people in England don't do that.
No. You look at countries like I just said, then there's Spain and France. So our energy prices have all gone up. Theirs all capped.
They just go out and riot straight away, don't
exactly,
they?
Exactly, but why? We've got the same company that they've got over here that they've got, but our prices are going up. Yeah, set off a trend, mate. All lads, you know, fucking first got some and it was like this. It was like a fucking big bottle one, yeah, and a big straw coming out of it. You set temperature, ground your ear, just dabbed it in, and just inhale it like this. But people look at you, you know, like, because I used to take it, just fucking walk around with it like, fuck it.
What's that, a vaporizer?
Yeah, portable one, and literally. It just looked weird. People wouldn't know if it were a drink. Obviously, after a bit, you can see how
I bought a little black cartridge one with like a little offshoot one.
Yeah,
I just don't feel it's the same as smoking it. I get the same. I don't get this.
Would it oil? Would it like
no, I've always used. We've had the vape pens,
like
the ones that you just straight to. But the vape that I will buy, and I would just put in dry. It was a dry herb vaporizer. But Holmes has got the volcano, but he's putting like.
You don't even have to put.
He's vaporising all sorts in it though, and he's doing ashwagandha, rose petal,
resin, everything in it, and that's a good thing about the vaporizer. All certain vaporizers you can fucking burn oil, shatter, fucking all sorts.
Have you smoked for quite a while then?
Yeah, I smoked for years, mate.
Do you smoke throughout your camp?
Yeah. Fucking on a joint. It's one of them, mate. Even fucking last fight, I was fucking obviously at the last minute, but yeah, I were fucking smoking up until about Wednesday. I were getting cold shivers on Thursday, Friday, so fucking day at weigh-in, I'm like fucking shit, like
why is that then? What do you think? It's just the THC withdrawal?
I think it's obviously, I don't want to say like, yeah, you're cold turkey, but yeah, it is. It's a hot sweat, isn't it, coming out of you, because your body's not got that nicotine or that weed. It's fiending for something, and obviously, yeah.
That's what I said to you this morning. He's on day 3 and no weed. Yeah. And he came in this morning and went, I feel like shit, me. I'm going to have to get back on it. It's either I can't do Monday to Friday off it, then weekend on it, because it's just a shit cycle. I'm going to have to be on it.
Well, that was my idea in my head. Like, can I manage Friday? But then if I feel bad Monday to Friday, what's the point in then getting back on the boat? I might as well just either smoke it or don't smoke it.
Yeah. And it's just finding the balance. I feel that I want to find a balance where I enjoy it more. You know, I'm not doing it. Because obviously, yeah, we've all got as vices. A fucking cup of coffee in the morning's a vice. You know, some people can't function without a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? They're like, I need my coffee. Fucking ratty bastards without a cuppa. You know what I mean? So for me, there is worse drugs out there.
If it makes your life better.
Yeah.
And it's not. I think for me, someone like you who's probably very disciplined in your life, I think if what I keep saying to myself, if everything's in order, then adding that's probably not a problem. But I felt sometimes a little bit overworked, and me training on my nutrition were taking a bit of a hit. The weed were just distracting me from, well, maybe I should be training now or meditating or doing something to better myself. But I think if everything's in order for me, I'm all right with it.
Yeah,
I fall into a bit of a...
Yeah, but how fast does that order fall off when you start smoking?
I just do it one, I like to have one joint, then it's 2, and then you're smoking every night, and before I know it, I'm...
See, I'm quite functional with it. It's like, obviously, yesterday, I didn't get to go away VT. I had a few issues with the car, as I was saying, a few fucking dramas, mate, since last year with this car. Obviously, got done for drug driving.
Did you? Drug or drink driving?
Drug.
Drug driving.
Everyone's drug. I have to like, drug. You know, like probably vape myself. Drink, drug. Drugs, just weed. Swabbed me, took my blood test, and that was last February. So I've had all this shit going on since last February over my head. April, I went to court, pled not guilty. The solicitor at the time said, plead not guilty. You don't agree with reading. Sound, no worries. That's what I did. He didn't even turn up. Bear in mind, my solicitor didn't even turn up to court. Emailed him. Just told me to go. I'm like...
Emailed him and charged you about 500 quid.
He was all right. He let me go. But sound. So I went, cool. They said, right, we'll adjourn it till whenever. I've had so much shit last year, mate. I think 2022 was the fucking worst year for me. It's the most I've ever been to court. I have never been to court as many times in my life as I have last year.
What, for the same thing or for
different things, sorry. So, as well as obviously having that bullshit with the fucking police and the drug driving, I would also try to get a court order with my kids. So, obviously, my ex, originally from Bradford, she's a bitch.
Says it all, that Bradford, mate.
Oh, yeah, fucking Bradford, mate. You know what I mean?
You got me wise on that. Come on.
Bradford, mate. I'm a Bradford man, aren't I? So it's just one of them. It's shit. You want to get a cheap career takeaway, mate? Yeah, Bradford's a spot. Other than that, mate, don't fucking bother. But yeah, you know what? I went back and forth in courts, and they'd send me letters. So I'd go to family court. I'd get a letter. You know, right, it's Mr. Kennedy. You're back in court this day, this time, this venue. Rah-de-rah. Cool, no worries. Now I'm thinking, I don't know about this drug driving thing. I thought, fucking hell, must have pied it off. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking cops rocked up to my mum's house. I'm out teaching, and mum's rung me panicking, like, oh, some police have come and they've fucking left a card, and I couldn't speak to them. They didn't know, but I thought, obviously, you've told me what's happened, and I thought, well, it must only be that drug driving thing. So they've left a number. August bank holiday, like this time last year, rung copper, and I said, oh, what's crack here, mate? It's like, oh, you've skipped bail. What are you on about? I said, you've skipped bail, mate. You're meant to be in court whatever day. I said, when? What? I said, I didn't get a letter. Well, I don't need to send you a letter. I said, so hang on a minute. You mean you can just come,
pluck it from the clouds?
You can just come and arrest me for me not knowing anything about the letter that I was meant to get to tell me that I'm due in court. So you can just do, yeah. I said, mate, that's fucked up. So I'm having a proper good chat with this copper, yeah. I'm like, mate, that is some proper bullshit, mate. I'm like, look, I'm going through all this shit, mate, yeah. I get letters when I go to family court. I said, you lot need to send me letters. So anyway, he's like, look, I'll speak to my sergeant. I'll ring you back. Sound, mate, no worries. He's like, look, you need to come and hand yourself in. I said, well, I ain't doing it. I said, I ain't doing it over bank holiday, mate. I said, I've got my kids. It's, Friday. I said, I'll do it Monday, Tuesday, mate. I said, I ain't doing it now. I said, I won't see my kids for the weekend. Tuesday, what time, mate? Just come in morning, you'll get you processed. All right, sound. So I went down. Tuesday, about fucking 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Got banged up in cells. Fucked about. Another solicitor come for about 2, 3 o'clock. He's come in. He said, oh, yeah. I'm like, where's my original? Said, oh, yeah. He sent me, mate. He's like, so what we doing then? I'm like, well, he said not to plead guilty, mate. What are you on about? What we doing? I need my car. I've got kids in Manchester. I've got kids in Bradford. I teach. I train. I said, I need my fucking car. Anyway, I said, just ring him, mate. I said, I ain't fucking losing my licence. So I was like, right, okay then. Sent me back to the cells. Boom, dragged me up to the court. Said, mate. So obviously the judge is like, yeah, it's such a shame, Mr. Kennedy. You've got a note on your licence. You've had such a clean licence and a clean record for 34 years. It's such a shame that I'm going to have to, find you guilty, And I'm like, guilty? I'm like, what, guilty? He's like, dude, yeah, £800 fine. Yeah, fine. I'm looking at this. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is going on here, mate? So I'm screwing. So straight away, I'm like, fuck. I've obviously speaking with our lass. She's like, right, we'll appeal it. Obviously, I've rung my solicitor. I'm saying, yeah, what's going on here? Where the fuck were you? He's like, oh, yeah. I don't know. It was shit anyway. The solicitor that I had was shit. When I spoke to a new solicitor this year, she said to me, she goes, I'd have got that case thrown out with you the second your solicitor didn't turn up to the original meeting. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah. Why the fuck?
What, just because he didn't turn up?
Just because he didn't turn up.
Really?
Yeah. It's unprofessional. A solicitor.
I wonder if could they have sent the letter to that solicitor and he's just fucking pied it off?
They did. So they sent the. He got the letter.
Who is
in
that
July.
man? We need to
He's
find
a
who that man.
Ali and fucking Co. That's who fucking is, mate. I'll make him fucking straight up the bastard, causing me fucking shite. So yeah, Ali and Co. in Bradford, don't fucking. If you get any drug related, any fucking immigration, any motherfucking thing, don't you?
He's not the man.
He's not the man.
He's
with
not
a
the
plan.
man.
He won't even fucking turn up to car for you.
Oh, that's a stinker. So are we post ban now? Then?
So, well, this is what I mean, mate. It's fucking messy. So, because I'm appealing it, I've been able to drive since last September, and I didn't know. Again, I didn't get a letter. These motherfuckers never send out letters. Yeah?
Bad that.
So it's slacking it. And this is what I said. So I went to court a week before that, with family court. And again, like I said, that was pecking made anyway. But the judge, banned the ban. So he suspended the ban. It's confusing as fuck. Even DVLA, when I ring DVLA, they don't have a fucking... we can't access your records. I'm like, yeah, fucking great. Neither can I. You're not DVLA. You should fucking know everything. But because the judge has suspended the ban, I can drive on a full UK licence because it's going through this appeal. But what the judge did tell me, 2 weeks, because I went to court again for it 2 weeks ago for this appeal, Crown Court now. So he did mention, there was a hole in the bag and it wasn't sealed properly. That's what he said to the prosecution team.
What bag's this?
So you know when they take your bloods?
All right.
So obviously they've done the swab, arrested me and whatever else, found cannabis in there, cool, whatever. Then when they did the bloods, because these were always the loopholes, and because it's a fairly new kind of conviction, there's so many loopholes out of it. I was reading into it, I was looking at, speaking to different solicitors, getting different little nitpicking on advice and whatever they'd give me. And they're saying, like, if the bag's not sealed properly, if there's any damage or, the bag's, a bit...
Tampered with.
Yeah, tampered with.
Could have been contaminated or whatever.
Exactly. So because the judge gave me that little bit of intel there, jumping on it.
Nice.
But because my ban was meant to finish in September, I've already said, like, I've done time served. I've already done like 6-7 months of fucking getting on buses, trains, walking, getting lifts. I felt bad, even asking people. I don't like asking people for lifts. I don't like asking for help. I think sometimes it's a man thing.
Mm-hmm.
As men, we can have a laugh and we can take piss out of each other. But for me, like, oh mate, could you do? I don't know. It's a weird thing. So I think it's a cycle that us men do really need to break. That's why I always say the men's mental. It does. It matters a lot. But yeah, like I said, they didn't tell me fuck all, and I'm just, mate, my head was frazzled over this last year, not driving. And then obviously I lost my last MMA fight, so I was pissed off with that, but still having all this shit going on in my head top. And then this year started off with a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu comp, which I won, all buzzing about. I thought, well, it's a nice little comeback, I fucking got wrestle fucked in my last fight in MMA. So yeah, it was a nice little comeback to come back and win, gold in gi and no gi. And then obviously Danny did always mention bare knuckle to me. He mentioned it last year, and I was just like, look, let me focus a bit more on MMA. And, I'll dive into it, I won't mind, because I'm a striker anyway.
You think there's a nice crossover with those small MMA gloves to bare knuckle?
Yeah, it definitely helps. Like, obviously, being a kickboxer or a boxer, to then going over to, like, MMA or bare knuckle, it's a big change, because that range goes from there down to nothing, do you know what I mean? So you've got to adjust, and whereas certain people in certain styles or certain traditions will find it hard to adjust, because, even the dirty boxing and the clinch work, more Thai and more MMA based as well. You don't do that in boxing. You clinch.
Do you think this well-rounded verse of the martial artist that you are, is that crossed over to bare knuckle then?
Yeah, massively. And I know I'm a problem for anyone in bare knuckle. I know I'm a problem for anyone standing up striking. I know I am. And that's just me just not being big-headed. That's just me just being confident in myself. I'm confident in my style. I'm confident in my way of fighting.
What weight are you fighting at this time?
Cruiserweight, so it's more my natural weight. I'm a light heavyweight, and even at the times I can be a light heavyweight. Everyone's asked at times, why did you get to middleweight? I'm like, fucking hell, my legs are already skinny as it is. I can't lose any more weight. So me as a middleweight would just be super thin. I'd love to do it. Maybe challenge myself one day, but I think I'm always comfortable fighting at heavyweight or light heavyweight, because it's my more natural weight.
Do you have a path that you want to follow with bare knuckle, or is it just something you're just exploring in the interim?
I'm definitely interested in seeing where I can go with it, obviously, yeah, I am still torn between obviously wanting to do MMA as well. You know, I don't just want to say, oh yeah, I'm going to just stick to bare knuckle because obviously I believe MMA is a full, you know, the full all martial arts. You know, everything's in it, and it's. Yeah, it's just it's. I don't know. I do like MMA, you know, because you can do a little bit more knees, kicks, striking, obviously elbows and shit like that.
I watch a fair bit of MMA. What's the UK scene like at the minute? Who's sort of the poster organisation for that?
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, yeah, the only real big organisation is Cage Warriors. You know, the only ones that you see on UFC Fight Pass, and I don't want to, you know, sound like a dickhead or anything, but they don't pay well.
I know FCC have just signed with
And obviously,
UFC Fight Pass as well. They're a good up and coming.
And that's a good reason.
Bare knuckle seems to be getting a lot of exposure, though, doesn't it?
That's what
Especially
I mean.
Bkfc.
Bkfc is really blowing up. You know, like I said, you've seen all these UFC fighters cross over to it. Flipping out.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's.
And when that happens, there's going to be more money injected into it, sponsorship, everything will come with
I
that.
feel like it's easier to make a statement in bare knuckle, especially Bkfc. You obviously knocked Jack Draper out a couple of months ago. You're fighting against Callum Cook on Saturday. Have you done much research on him?
And it's I think it's Connor Cook. Sorry,
Cook,
sorry.
is it?
Yeah. No, he fought in Bama about 7-8 years ago, 9 years ago. You know, I'm not really going off that fight. He's meant to be a professional boxer. There's no on it on YouTube. So again, I'm not disrespecting him. I can't find out on him on YouTube. So there's no point. You know, I'm gonna go in there just like Jack. He's another guy. He's another opponent. I'm just gonna be awkward as fuck for him. I'll make it awkward.
If you get another nice highlight reel KO, then you pretty much your foot's in the door. Then you should start getting some big fights. So I think bare knuckle is a nice fast route, whereas MMA is a bit more of a slow burner.
Yeah, massively. I mean, like I said, and I've said I ain't been paid as much, you know, in MMA, and I've been doing MMA for years. Same as kickboxing, same as boxing. Like no one's paid me as much until I've fought bare knuckle. You know, and I'm not just doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I love the sport. You know, I'm doing it because, fucking hell, I used to pay to fight. You know, I used to have to go and pay. Like, even now, you know, fucking hell, jiu-jitsu comps, I have to pay to fight. I have to pay. Same with kickboxing, I'd have to pay to enter. You know, so over the years, I've paid my dues. And now, like, yeah, it's nice to be getting a little bit of a wage back.
When did you get into fighting, and what made you choose it? Sport?
So, it was about 12 years ago, I want to say when my eldest were born. So obviously my eldest daughter was born with Down syndrome, and it was a big challenge for us. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Me and my partner at the time, I was young. I was 21, 22 when I had her, and you know, we didn't know what to expect. You know, fucking hell, just kind of got dropped like a fucking bombshell. Like, oh yeah, we think she's got Downs. And just passed us.
What was that?
What, at birth?
Yeah. So at birth, like, you know, obviously, I'll never forget it. You know, I remember obviously saying I cut the cord and everything, but she was fucking blue. I'm panicking. I'm thinking, whoa, she all right? She all right? Like looking and you know doing stuff with her, you know, giving her oxygen and whatnot. And yeah, man, I'll never forget it. You know,
Was that your first child as well?
Yeah, first, and that's what I mean. I went through a bit of a traumatic time having my first child. You know, she had the Down syndrome. We were in hospital doing all the checks and blood tests, etc., etc. And then 2 months into her little childhood, they said, look, she needs open heart surgery, otherwise do or die. So I'll never forget it. Like I said, it was in Call of Duty. I think it was Warzone or not Warzone, Black Ops, whatever. One of them, Modern Warfare. It was round about a similar time that come out, and she was having open heart surgery on in like November time, 4th, 5th of November it was. You know, and
Does that make you go west as a man? Is it difficult to deal with that?
Mate, I lost it. I'm not gonna lie, I lost it. I went through depression, anxiety. You know, I was struggling emotionally, physically. You know, I must have lost a lot of weight when she was born. Just like I said, I was young. Do you know what I mean? I was 20. I couldn't relate to anyone. There was none of my mates, 22-year-olds had a Downs kid. I'm like, yo, how's yours? Is she all right? Is she talking? Is she doing this? I couldn't relate to anyone. All my mates have normal kids, and I'd feel like the odd one out. Do you know what I mean? So it was a very difficult time. You know what I mean? Even me and my partner, like we were at the time. So my ex-partner at the time, like we were, you know, struggling as parents. Like fucking hell, what have we done? Like we tried to do everything right. You know, went to all the little antenatals and fucking all the appointments and you know the scans, everything. Not once did it get picked up. You know, and it was just a big shock to us when they're just like, oh yeah, there you go.
How long did it take to come out of that sort of deep depression there? If you're struggling with that sort of acceptance there,
it took me a few years, you know, until my son was born, and I had a normal, as what you'd call a normal child, and I thought, well, it's not me. It's not my chromosome, or it's not something in my family, or it's not my DNA, because obviously you were thinking the same. She's thinking, fucking hell, is it, we were asking as parents, like, has anyone in his family got Downs? Like, we were thinking, and then she looked more into it. I want one of these, it was time before, like, I think like iPhone 3s would just come out, you know what I mean? I was still on Nokia's, me. Good old Nokia, yeah, good old Nokia, mate. 3210.
Best Snake.
Space Invaders too, mate. But yeah, it was that time, that era, and I think, like I said, I didn't kind of get out of that bubble until my son started to get older. I started to get a little bit more mature. I was meeting other parents that'd have Downs, but then they'd be even older than us. So like we'd meet parents, and like I said, I'd be like 22, 23, 24, 25. And these parents be like in the 30s and 40s. And I'm thinking, fucking hell. So anyone can have like a kid, a kid with Downs. And then like we found out that the youngest person to have a kid with Downs was a 16-year-old girl.
Wow.
And we're like, fucking hell. It's not just us. I know. And then I always thought that there's always someone worse off. Yeah. And that's what I realised in life, that no matter how hard I think I may have it, someone else can't even fucking walk. Someone else can't even, they're struggling to breathe. Someone else can't even fucking see. They can't even hear. Might have arm amputated or whatever, might have a serious mental. And so that's then how I changed my mindset in life. And I said, you know what, I'm blessed to have her, because she has changed me to be a better man. Like, she's really made me look at people differently and not judge people as such. Like, yeah, we can't help, every person, don't judge a book by its cover, but it's human nature sometimes. But same, I'm not going to look and stare at someone like, oh, fucking hell, I've seen him. Not knowing this guy might have something wrong with him mentally. I don't fucking know. Physically might not be showing it. But it's one of them that I have to understand that everyone's different and everyone's got their own shit going on. So yeah.
At 21, 22, whatever the age you were then when fatherhood started, how quickly did it make you grow up?
Quick.
Yeah.
Quick. I wasn't going out as much. I mean, even just with the martial arts, because like I said, she was the main reason why I started it. I just thought, well, fucking how can I protect her? And then I just thought, well, my mate kept mithering me. He's like, come kickboxing. And at the time, I was an Arsenal fan, watching. I'm still supporting, but not as much as what I do now. I know they're doing well at top table, but, we'll see. Man City might nip it. But yeah, I ended up going because I was watching Champions League one week, and then it went on, and I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'll go then. And then that was it. I never stopped going kickboxing. He'd always text me, and then there'd be times where I'd be ringing him, we're going, and it's like, oh, no, I can't. I'd just go myself. And then from there, it just spiralled.
So that gave you the drive?
Yeah.
How long after you started training did you get your first fight?
So I fought, funnily enough, it come up on my Facebook memories 11 years ago, my first kickboxing fight tournament. And believe it or not, the fucking guy was bigger than me. And I was like, fuck, this is how everyone feels when they fight me. And I'm looking up at this guy thinking, fuck.
How did that go down?
I lost. It's like I said, kickboxing tournament, continuous. It wasn't a bad loss, Like I said, it went the full distance, stood toe-to-toe with him a bit, obviously a bit jittery being my first fight. But, I kind of held my own in the last quarter, third of the fight, I kind of put it on him a little bit, but it was too little too late, it was kind of one of those. But yeah, 11 years ago was my first ever kickboxing fight at tournaments, and then just spiraled and just started getting more involved.
When you say kickboxing, is it the kickboxing with the trousers?
Yeah, with the pajama pants. Yeah, the little. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
So when did you get into actual real fighting then?
Well, that's all I did, mate, and then I boxed. So this is what I mean. I never really. And this is a mad thing because, like I said, everyone I could be called an amateur world champion kickboxer, but I always feel that, like you said, it isn't real fighting. Like it is, and it ain't.
It's a good style to cross over into MMA, innit?
Yeah, massively, even with the boxing, because like I said, that style, because everyone knows the Philly Shell, Mayweather, but I used to be a massive Roy Jones Jr. fan. Yeah. So I used to watch a lot of his fights when I was younger. It's probably the only good thing my dad ever did for me, to be honest, just let me watch Roy Jones Jr. boxing and Mike Tyson. But, like I said, I study him, and especially in that Jack Draper fight as well, he wasn't used to that style. And like I said, no one's going to be used to the style that I bring to bare knuckle.
What's the style there? Angles, unorthodox shots?
Just unorthodox, and it is slightly the Philly Shell, but my own kickboxing tweaked version. Like, I've got my own style for bare knuckle. And, like, I might try and use it if I cross over to MMA as well. But again, then I've got to be anxious of kicks, you know, because obviously I can dip down lower in boxing knowing that you're not kneeing me, you're not kicking me. I can do this, you know. I know I'm out of your range. You ain't hitting me. But obviously, like I said, in MMA, it's a little bit different. So I just got to figure it out. And like I said, I want to play about with it a little bit. And obviously, like I said, I just want to go in there, have fun like I did last time, show everyone what I'm capable of.
I saw that front kick KO that you did in one of your last MMA fights.
Yeah.
That's a fucking naughty highlight reel KO,
That was, and I'll say it, and I'll keep saying it. I am the only man in America, in England, to do it off the front fucking leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain that to me as a.
You must have seen like
only
Anderson
man.
Silva's
Yeah.
front kick straight
Yeah.
to chin.
Oh, you
like
get
that.
it?
Yeah.
So he does it with a front leg.
Front leg. So everyone always does it with a back leg.
Yeah, because you'll push it.
The only person, because I'm a fucking fanatic and I'm a narcissistic a little bit. I watched it and I've watched everyone's fights and I've gone back and I've seen front kick knockouts, and I see him. The only one to do it was Lyoto Machida, who did a jumping front kick on Randy Couture. That was the only man to do it off his lead leg. Other than me, I'm the only man to do it off his.
Is that all on
fucking
YouTube? We
lead
can
leg.
share this.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
It's on you. I'll send you the link over. But that's why the abs checker come about, because it wasn't just because of that knockout, but the abs checker come about, you know, like fucking face. Well, I'll call it faggot book and nonstagram, because I mean, yeah, that's what I call it, and that's what it's known as to me. Yeah, it's faggot book and nonstagram. Yeah,
Might have to bleep that out, but move.
we'll keep it moving anyway. But yeah, they might not like this, but yeah, you know what it is, because to me, yeah, they were censoring everything. You know that lockdown period where fact checker, fact checker, fact check. I got bored of it. Every little thing that I'd post, or I might share, or I might like, or I might try fact check. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? Like, who is the fact checker? Like, what is your job? It's like, your job, you wake up, yeah, you get your cup of coffee, your cup of tea, whatever, you go to work, you sit down at your office, you sit through, scrolling through people's fucking stories, and you think, I'll put a fact checker on that.
Did you see Elon Musk and the BBC reporter?
Yeah.
How good was that?
I like stuff like that. And
Yeah.
the thing is, I'm not 100% sold on Elon Musk, if
Okay.
I'm honest, just because there is reasons behind it, just because of technology. I said 12 years ago on my Facebook page, just before when my daughter was born, technology's taken over. I said it 12 years ago. There were posts that come up on my Facebook saying memories, and I thought, wow, I said that 12 years ago. Must have had a vision. But it is so subtle that people don't realise how much it is taking over his lives.
Massively so.
You know, I mean, like, obviously, yeah, this is a bit different. Yeah,
I think there's a difference between creating content and consuming it.
Yeah.
And 99% of the
100.
population just consume. So if you can use it as an outlet to do this and get your message out and treat it as a business.
Yeah.
Most don't do that. They don't see that. They're just feeding that consumer sort of behaviour, and it's hard, innit? I find myself sometimes just.
Yeah, swiping, scrolling.
Fuck. And I feel really bad because sometimes I do it when my missus is there, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Even you said, I think you might have brought it up yesterday, sometimes when you're around at family functions.
Yeah.
When I was a child, or like even up until maybe 20, 25 years old, a family function was connection, speak to your family. Yeah. Now everyone's just
swiping,
either watching TV, so you program through that,
Yeah.
or everyone's on the phone. Yeah. And it's just a changing dynamic, and it ain't good.
It is sad because it is, as well as it keeps people connected, it disconnects them. Do you know what I mean? Like, it connects us because I can speak to you on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, faggot book and all that. But in the same breath, then it also puts a barrier from us just having this human interaction and not being a technology interaction or a social media interaction, because guaranteed 9 times out of 10, I could know someone on social media. If I saw them in real life, I might just walk past them.
Especially with filters these days.
Well, yeah. Yeah, prime example. Too many filters. You'll forget about that. Even the programming of like how subconscious and subliminal it is. Like, I think Snapchat put it up. They were the first ones to put the masks filter up years ago, before the pandemic. They were putting those mask filters on. Now, I'm not saying Snapchat had anything to do with COVID or the pandemic, but subconsciously,
Probably did though. But
subliminally, that's programming. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is actual programming. And for the younger generation that think that, oh yeah, it's all good, you can do everything on your phone. No, cash is king. And this is another reason why I say I don't mind Elon Musk, but he's one of those still. He's an elitist who, yeah, I'm not saying he might be eating kids and doing whatever else and nonsense this on Epstein Island and whatnot, but, you know, that's another story for a different matter. But Elon Musk is still one of those guys who is in a circle of power where he could do better and he could do more with it.
He has done a lot recently, though. He just bought Twitter, and it's a bad thing, but he's sacked 80% of the staff and said it were well overstaffed. You don't need that many, and Twitter's running fine without that 80% of staff. So he has cut a lot of jobs, but he's also give everyone the freedom of speech on Twitter. He said if you want to speak about stuff that you believe in, like let's say this LGBTQ community just fucking they're obsessed with pronouns and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And people couldn't say fuck all back to him. Now he's just give everyone freedom of speech. He's let Tate back on. He's let
I think Donald Trump back
on, yeah. And he just said
probably Kanye West back on.
Yeah. 100%.
What's your view on what's going on with Kanye? He seems to be a bit all over the place.
He's unhinged is a word I'd use for him. I like him. I like his music before, like his first album, Sick, College Dropout, without a doubt. His
Is that the Through the Wire?
Yeah, Through the Wire, Jesus Walks. And,
yeah, they were tunes.
Spaceship.
Have you watched the little video that he does about Through the Wire, about the song and how it was made?
When his jaw broke.
Yeah,
when it bad car crash.
Yeah, it's a sick little story.
I watched his documentary and I liked it. There seems to be dig into this for a conspiracy. There seems to be a Kardashian effect, do you not think? Anyone that gets affiliated with that family, look at Bruce.
Yeah.
What's he called now? Kendall,
Kylie, Jenner. I don't know.
What's he called? What's Bruce?
She?
Yeah.
Ridiculous dude.
There
I don't know.
there seems
Caitlyn.
There seems to be a Kardashian effect there, don't there?
It's Dumbledore pussy that on fucking.
I think it is.
Yeah.
We call it Dumbledore. Some magic going down there. Like I don't know. But it Ray J who give it.
Ray J was the one who got got famous one in that porno. But that's the thing when you look at them. When you look at the Kardashians, and I don't watch it. Obviously, my missus will, she'll have a laugh and a joke, and she watches the first season when there was no fucking filter, no fucking plastic surgery here, there, and surgery chop this and chop that off and go to get this implant and get. There was not. When you see her, she looks like a fucking ugly version of Jasmine from Aladdin.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just looking. I don't know. It might even be the other guy. I can't remember the bad guy, the Jav. I don't even know his name. The bad guy anyway in Aladdin. Just watch Aladdin and get season 1 of Kim Kardashian and compare it to some of the characters in fucking Aladdin.
That show's there though. Although they're fully done up and the fucking had however much work done to them, they started that business off the Kardashians and everything they've done without having to look like that. So people are obsessed with looking like that now. They've done it through hard work and they've just progressed that well that now they look like that because of all the money they've made.
Yeah.
I was always interested. I watched the documentary when the dad called Robert and he were affiliated with OJ Simpson.
It was his lawyer, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it all seemed that were a bit of a strange carry on, wasn't it? And she was like, how the fuck did he get away with that? When they showed you the glove putting on, I was like, what is going on? As if an alt jerk, like, I don't know if I believe in jury me. I know you want to be audited by your peers.
Yeah.
But there's some peers out there, no offence to some of the general population, who I don't want judging me.
Wait a minute, are we on about OJ, yeah?
Well, Robert was the father,
yeah.
and then OJ was the person
what we're talking about, he did something recently.
Robert,
he's dead now, but
he's dead now.
I surmise.
he's dead.
No, he's passed away, but he'll have been
Quite,
affiliated with other people. We're a high-level lawyer.
Yeah.
I was reading a book about Fred Hampton, a Black Panther, and COINTELPRO. So obviously we're talking about conspiracies. COINTELPRO is one that anyone can look into if you want. It's CIA or FBI documents that was obviously leaked in a case many years ago. Bless his soul. Fred Hampton was shot and killed by the police, just because of obviously the uprising and the togetherness of communities it was bringing. Like I said, obviously. You look back, obviously, I don't want to get too political. Like I said, I'm not a big political person. I believe there's too many nonsense and ponces in power. As I'll say, every fucking time I knock someone out or win a fight or I'm in the ring, there's too many nonsense and ponces.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Mate, you can speak so well at end fights. You got to watch it. I can't wait for Saturday.
Mate, I'll like fucking absecond any man. We fight any cunt.com. We fight any. That's I'll tell that one. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'll tell that one. We fight any chat.com. Yeah,
I'm more about Bkfc. Believe it or not, I'm not bothered about this. Is raw. This.
That's it. Well, that's what we call raw talent as well. Yeah. But that's just me being political because what I see and because I'm a father, I've got to worry about when I'm not here and whenever that is, I've got to worry about my kids and what they're left with in this fucking world. So if I can leave this world and make people think about what they're doing, or what bullshit is in power, and the fucking nonsense like Rishi Sunak and fucking Bojo and fucking... Mate, I couldn't give two... You know, back in the medieval days, because this is how it'd been. See the Vikings here. Yeah? Us Vikings sat here. Do you think we're going to let some fucking little ponce go and chat shit and tell us what to do?
No, absolutely not.
That's not, because we're too busy fucking going out fighting the war and we've been fucking killed off in the battles. But these little snaky cunts and little poncy bastards that want to go around chatting shit everywhere to anyone and everything.
Taxing us, taking us money off us, telling us how to live his life.
For what? What? Like I said, the fucking tax was for what after the World War? And we're still paying tax now. Do you know what I mean? This is where we're at. So you've got to think those medieval days of these fucking Viking men in power, because we would have been in power.
Yeah, because you bang on there. Anyone would have come to take what's yours. Yeah. You're fighting at you, and that's that.
You're fighting for it.
Yeah, it's ours.
I'm not letting you just go, here you go, mate, pay your taxes. Yeah, sound, mate, I paid them. Mate, I will fucking smash your face and take this fucking land, mate. Give me my fucking shit.
Do you remember when Conor McGregor said, if these were a different time, I'd come and rape and pillage you when about in Brazil? Like, that was the best line ever. It's like, if these were different times, I would drive in on horseback and kill anyone not fit to work. It was like the best line ever.
Well, it's true, though. You get me? Like, you ain't... You're not getting these ponces that are going, all in fucking House of Commons. Whoa, fucking shut
Order.
up, man. Do you know what I mean? Shut. They're wet wipes, man.
Yeah.
Moist motherfucking men. Yeah. That's what they are, man. I cannot stand it. We've got too many of them in power. And in politics shouldn't be about, all right, well, I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back. You know what it is? No, stop being a cunt. Do what's right and do what's right for the people. And that's all that needs to be done. And that's all that needs to be said on the matter.
It's never going to happen, though. They're just silencers, mate. Like Andrew Tate's just got out now, and we spoke about this other day. I found out that he's been told, like his bail conditions, he's got to stay silent. Don't post anything. Don't talk. No podcast. Nothing. They've controlled him, mate. And he will fucking... You think
he gets paid to be silenced?
No, I don't think he gets paid. I think he says you do anything, put anything online or say anything, you're back in fucking jail.
But this is a problem, though. Where's the freedom of speech? Where's the human rights that we had? You know, you got to think our grandparents and the fucking great, ancestors that have fought for fucking wars. For what?
Well, I'll try and wrap my head around them from what you've said. So if these nonces and ponces, if they feel that and they've got a control, that's what the word is there, isn't it? They've got to try and stop any sort of uprising. How can society change? That's what I try and wrap my head around.
Society needs to unite.
This
is a problem because we're all divided and conquered, fighting over fucking race, religion, class.
And you're distracted. The hard part with life is you're distracted. You're a family man. You've got to go out and make money. You've got to, you're lost in this sort of, and then you're never really thinking about that because 99% of the population, and I'm nothing against 9 to 5 or anything like that. You're locked into a wage.
Yep.
They're only going to pay you enough to sort of just get by for, I think it's 70% of the population live paycheck to paycheck. Yep. You're never going to have that breathing space to be like, right, what is actually going on? And this is why it's so important to have these conversations, because the way that society is built or set up now doesn't mean it's the right way. No. Just because that's all we've known in maybe 3 to 4 generations. We're fighting a world war in 1930, 1940. People have short-term memories. And there can be an uprising. I'm not smart enough to fully understand how does that manifest and how does it start.
Well, you can sound crazy talking about this kind of stuff, but like you just said there's little things that they can do, like get you paying taxes, get your house prices going up, stuff to keep you skint, so you've got to keep working and keep distracted, and all these little things that could lead to the reasons why you're not united and standing up for yourself. And some countries do it, and that's why they're in a better place. Well, but people in England don't do that. No.
You look at countries like you just said, then there's Spain and France. So our energy prices have all gone up. They're all capped.
They just go out and riot straight away, don't they?
Exactly, but why? We've got the same company that they've got over here that they've got, but our prices are going up. Hang on a minute, why are our prices going up? Have you had a better service? Is your house extra warm? Is your electric working super fast?
There's none of that, is there?
Exactly, so what better? And this is what I mean, so what I'll tell you guys, because there's loads of loopholes around it, and it's how you've got to box clever, So first example, you put a complaint in. You put a complaint to your provider, your service provider, because I want every motherfucker to do this. Everyone do it, Even today, do it, guys, So put a complaint into your service provider, electric, water, whoever, Put a complaint in. That's your first step. Second step is that you then cancel your direct debit, and I'll set up a standing order. Because I'm not refusing to pay. I'm just simply swapping my payment method. Fine. I'm not going to not pay you. I'll still pay you. Set up a standing order. Sound. They can't not refuse that because, like I said, again, you're still going to pay them. I'm just setting up a standing order. And then the third thing is, like I said, if that complaint's not dealt with, well, you know what?
That standing order stops.
That standing order stops, mate. Because I'm not paying you because I've got a complaint. You need to resolve my complaint. And guess what my complaint is? Why have my prices gone up? I'm not happy with the service. What extra services are you providing me? If you're not doing that, why the fuck am I paying you extra? Think about it. Think about it. What, I'm paying you extra to get mugged off? While you're out here telling me that you've earned fucking billions last year. Look at Shell. Billions. Billion profit. Oh, we've got a 16 billion profit this year. I'm not fucking surprised, mate. Didn't you have a petrol shortage? Have you had a... Do you remember that? Do you remember the petrol shortage? Oh, you're limited to £30.
My direct debit's gone from 90 to 275.
Yeah, cancel that, mate. I'd cancel it, Joe. I'm not even joking you. Yeah, on a level, cancel it, set up a standing order, put a complaint in. That is a first step to fucking do. Yeah, because like I said, there's a video. You might not have seen it. We're on my Instagram. I think it was last year. But yeah, well, it'll be last
By the way,
year.
that's going to be fucking clickbait. That story.
Trust me.
That's
Put that
getting
up.
clipped.
Because like I said, Money Supermarket, I'm your fucking man.
Sponsor the pod.
Sponsor me, Martin, please. I need more sponsors. I'm wearing boxer. I'm hoping they might sponsor me. But yeah, so another one. I went to a petrol station last year, yeah. We've just been to a fight show. I think it Almighty or BMF. Pardon my memory there, boys. Went to a fight show, driving back with Jay, Mr. Caveman, a.k.a. The Blast, Mr. Furnace. And I've gone to the fuel station. I've just said to him, I said, Jay, I'm going to do it. And he's like, what? I said, I'm going to do it. Bless him, like, he knew what I was going to do, yeah. So obviously I saw a video.
We're going to check the... I think I'm going to say
I saw a video of a guy going to a petrol station, similar to what I've just said to you guys. He wasn't refusing to pay. He just thought he'd pay him what he thought the fuel was worth. Yeah. So the guy went in, recorded it, said what he said. I thought, that's a sick guy. I want to do that. So I did. Put 30 quid of fuel in. Went to the cashier. And I said, "Oh, do you enjoy your job, mate?" So looking up, I was like, "Yeah. How much you get?" I said, "I don't want to be cheeky, mate." I said, "I'm just recording you." I said, "I don't want to be cheeky." I said, "I'm just recording just for your safety, my safety." Now, I'll put £30 worth of fuel in, mate. I actually think, after hearing how much Shell and BP have had billion profit, I only think the fuel's worth £10. And I gave him a tenner. I had it recorded. And I said, "Now, do you get a bonus or out, mate?" "No bonus." "But you don't get a wage increase or out? Wage hasn't gone up this year, no?" No. Well, so you're getting probably about 30 grand this year. 30 grand a year, yeah? Yeah, something like that. Obviously didn't want to go in. "So your boss, who's earned billions this year, and you're still getting 30 grand and you haven't had a pay rise or a bonus?" "No worries, mate. Well, yeah, that's all I think your fuel's worth. Any issues, mate? You got my reg. Here's my number. Yeah, see you later." Walked off.
Nothing come of it.
Nothing come of it. You think BP are going to take me to court for £20? How the fuck? If you did it, guess what? BP's profits start to dip a little bit.
It needs
It's
the
not even
collective. It needs the
playing field,
collective.
Collective. And this is what I say about
It needs the
unity.
collective.
Because many guys have come up to me and said, "Oh, Robbie, fucking hell, that was sick. I saw." I said, "Yeah, but have you done it?" "Oh, no.
It's fear that though.
It's fear." And like I said, I'm not calling men's pussies. I'm not calling you wet wipes, yeah? There'll be some men that will be fearful. I'm just at that stage in my life now where I do not give a fuck. Yeah, and I'll say it proud and I'll say it with chest. I don't. I know people say, "Oh, you should get," and I do. Yeah, obviously, of course I do. But I'm at a stage where there's certain things where I don't give a fuck about it.
Dana says, "Done it. If you're remotely savage this day and age, you get so much further than everyone else in this life because everyone just lives by the fucking book." How old are you when you realise you don't give a fuck? Because I only just realised that this year. I don't give a fuck, not enough to be like paying a tenner for but I'm gonna get there now. You
Try it, man. Trust me.
I want to film a vlog and Ellis is in cuffs.
Alex, Robbie, you said it.
Robbie Kennedy told me.
You said he was to give him a tenner.
How old are you when you realise?
So I'd say it's only come for over these last couple of years. Lockdown. It's been after lockdown, mate. I'll be honest. It's
Big eye opener, wasn't it?
Yeah, big eye opener. You know, I saw the change in people. I saw, I've had many friends. I'm not saying I've fallen out with them, but they want to call me conspiracy this and whatever, mate. You know, I don't even want to say I'm a conspiracy minded. I'm a contradiction. I'm a contradiction theory man. Yeah, because my contradictions don't align with yours. Don't mean that you're right. Don't mean that I'm right. Don't mean that you're wrong. Don't mean that I'm wrong. We're contradicting each other. You think what you think. I think what I think. So.
And there's no way you can police thought because that's what you believe.
Yeah.
And who's to say that's right or wrong?
And that's the thing. You know, like there was a funny guy that I heard a saying or a quote. A guy said, "It goes, I'll never die for what I believe in because I could be wrong." And I liked it. I thought I always said I'd fight for what I believe in. Obviously, you're always going to fight for what you believe in, but you could be wrong. But there's many times when I've been to protests. You know, I went to London protests. I've been to Manchester. I've been to Liverpool. Been to Bradford protests. Been to Leeds protests. You know, during the lockdowns and stuff. And it was, again, you know, meeting different people from different backgrounds, and it wasn't just white people. It wasn't just black people. It was Asian people, Chinese people, fucking people from all kinds of cultures. People from ranging from 10, 11-year-olds to fucking granddad and grandmas walking around like fucking free speech, freedom of movement, and that's what it should be. We shouldn't ever be confined to, fucking, you can't do this, you can't have more than 6. Listen, if I want to have more than 6 people in my fucking house, I will have more than 6 people in my house. Why? Because I fucking pay the bills, mate. Sorry, I know you want to say.
No.
I'll let you go.
I'm going to add on to it. I'll let you carry on talking.
Because I'm gonna make a story, because I've got another story to come. So, I was teaching during the COVID times, and it was just before Raw Talent. So this was, like, say again, a good few years ago. And I wasn't teaching like in a gym or anything, like I said, nothing like this. Fucking hell, dust everywhere. Didn't even have furniture really. Just had a sofa and just some mats down, boxes everywhere. And the council and police walked in. I said, "Oh, can't do that." So I looked. I said, "Oh, what am I doing? You can't be training in a gym." Just literally looked round and I said, "What gym?" I said, "What gym?" She's looked all confused, like, "You can't be doing what you're doing on there." I said, "What am I doing?" "Yeah, it's COVID and all this legislation." I'm like, "Listen, love," I said, "I couldn't give a fuck about Bojo and what his bum boys have to say. I don't care for him. He ain't paying my bill. Is he feeding my kids? Because I'm self-employed. I've got fucking mouths. I ain't getting a grant. No one's saying, 'Oh, here you go, mate. Here's a handout for you. Here you go. Yeah, well, what, you've got kids? Oh, well, there's some extra funding." I don't get that. I don't get child benefit. I don't get tax credits. I don't. I'm the one who's got a fucking scrimp and scrape. I don't complain. I just get on with it. So when this woman's come in and said, "You can't do this, you can't do this," I said, "Listen, love, I've got bills to pay, mouths to feed. I'm doing it. Simple. Need you to sign this. This is a fine." I said, "I'm not signing it. I refuse to sign it. I'm not signing it because he ain't paying my bills." I said, "Is he paying your bills?" I said, "He might be paying your bills, love. Like I said, I'm self-employed. He ain't paying my bills. Yeah, I've got food to eat. Otherwise, you want me to go out, committing crimes, breaking into houses, and for what? No, I don't need to." Anyway, I knew one of the coppers, funnily enough. I'm like, "Is that you?" And like, "Yeah, isn't it?" Like, chatting to me. I said, "What are you doing with your mask on? Take your mask off, man. Don't you like fresh air?" And that's what I'd say to people. Don't you like fresh air? I know you try to just get along and fit in to the 95 or 96 or 98, 99% that we all do. But in the same breath, do you not like fresh air? I have breathing problems as it is. Like, I've got sinus problems. I've had a fucking camera stuffed up my nose, down my throat. Fuck knows what it is. It just says it's a line in my nose. I don't know if it's just because I've got a nigger nose or what.
Maybe like a deviated septum fighting or something like that.
Possibly. I've always had problems breathing, mate. Even when I was younger, I had my tonsils and adenoids taken out, and yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I just refused to sign it. They tried to send me a fine, a COVID fine for £1,500. I said, "Good luck getting that, love." I said, "You're never getting that off me." I said, "You can send as much debt letters you want, you ain't getting it. You think I'm going to pay you some made up fine? Where's COVID now? Has it gone? Is it coming back? We've got omnivirus. We've got this better virus. It's bullshit. It was absolute
Delta,
bullshit. Yeah.
Omicron.
You remember all that? And they were just wheeling out names. "Oh, we've got this Brazilian variant. Oh, we've got the South African variant." And when you look at it now, and you look at these variants that they've tried to throw out, what's happened? BRICS has happened. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa have all united. Funny that, isn't it? But that's another one for, again, just fucking...
I have a crazy story. So I were, during lockdown...
Yeah.
I was smoking a lot during lockdown. I used to have people around at my house. It is what it is. I had
Scumbag.
Yeah. And I remember once it was about 11 o'clock at night. Just had my joint. I'm relaxed. Bit of munchies kick in. I go get my bowl of cereal. I'm just minding my own business in my house. You know,
Don't miss the fact that you're a very panicky
yeah,
as well.
I'm on edge. You know, I'm on edge on weed. So I'm just right. I get my cornflakes, bit of sugar on. It's a good night. I'm gonna relax now. I walk past my front door. I see like these blue lights. I'm like, God, I'm high. Like, this is a good little trip, nice little touch. I'm like, walk into my room, start eating my thing. I'm like, the fuck's that?
Yeah.
Go to the front door. 6 police officers.
Fuck off.
At the door. I've got a bit of a pass for fighting, so I don't know if 6 show up for whatever. Anyway, I'm like, whoa. I opened the door. Mr. Mask will come in. I went, absolutely not. I was like, we know you've got some people upstairs and people in the house who shouldn't be here. I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah.
Neighbours had obviously dobbed me in.
Sad.
And I went, listen, they'll leave when I say they're ready to leave. We're having food, we're socialising. It's just, I don't know what the problem is. Trying to give me all this COVID rhetoric and
Bullshit.
X and Y. And I'm like, I don't watch the news, mate. I went, I just played it. I do not know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're saying I can't have guests in my property.
Exactly.
I said, I don't, will you please leave? And they'll leave when they're ready. And they just waited, parked up the cars until the boys left. Like, and I was just like, wow.
But that's how busy they were.
That's extreme, though, isn't it?
Sad. And you know the saddest thing about that is your neighbours that have grassed you up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you got to think,
I went on a rampage then,
Yeah.
though. I was like knocking on doors, like, tell me who has said that I've had...
who's that pathetic?
No one would admit it.
No,
I wouldn't even mind if someone came to me and looked at me in the eyes and said, listen, we believe COVID's real, X and Y. We want to follow the rules. And we told the police, but no one would.
And that's the thing, you cowards. And that's what it turned. It turned everyone against it. Even more so. It's like, my neighbour now, you know, fucking hell, when it's snowing, we're out, we're shoveling fucking road.
Community spirit's dead now, though, I think.
Community spirit's done, mate. It's dead.
Over.
It's dead and buried.
When
and
I was a
that's
kid,
sad
all
thing.
my neighbours were knocking on doors, going in houses.
Yeah.
That's gone.
And that's, I don't want to say that's technology, but slightly, it has been a technology, you know, because you look, late 90s, before Y2K, not millennium and all that bullshit, and everyone's saying the world's going to end, everything's going to crash and destroy, all these planes are going to drop from the sky and bullshit like that. I remember fucking the year Y2K, none of it ever happened. But yeah, I think even since the 2000s, the world's just been like, how quick can we just fuck this shit up? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, and this is what I mean about the people that are in power. You know, I like fucking Putin. I do. I think he's a fucking sick man. I would rather have him than any fucking ponce that we've got down in fucking number 10 house. But fucking Bojo and Rishi Sunak and Matt Hancock and all them fucking... And that... I
How
don't know.
funny when they were necking, though? You don't think that was funny?
Oh, what do you mean? You didn't know, it's
Like seeing your weird uncle, just like... Okay.
Getting a little squeeze, little quick 5 minutes while no one's fucking watching. Like,
It was like that scene out of Ali G where he fucking shags his present in.
I want to see where his hands were going, see a little tickle. I don't know. What are you doing, Matt? Get stuck in.
I just couldn't believe then he got on I'm a Celebrity, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck
You couldn't make that up.
Yeah, but imagine if he'd have done that. Imagine if instead of him just like having this little little
fuck it.
girly
Yeah.
he just
Go on,
fucking
Hancock.
picked it up,
Shit,
against the wall and
style.
absolutely smashed it to bits. Wouldn't have been saying, would it?
Right, you would have thought it like, he's a little ponce. But you know what, actually, he smashed it, mate. He's all right.
Just sculling it away. My boy.
Fucking donkey punch. Sick, man.
I tell you what, before we go down any deeper rabbit hole,
Yeah.
I ask everyone who's got a fight upcoming and I know yours is going to be special here, shoot me a promo what people can expect on Saturday night.
People can just expect fireworks, you know. Like I said, I'm an entertaining fighter. You know, as you watch any of my fights, even like I said, 100% finish rate, MMA. Obviously, bare knuckle boxing. Hopefully, I'll keep it 100% finish rate as well. You know, like I said, my fights, I don't want them to go the distance. I'm not a boring. I don't want to be one of those fighters who wins by unanimous decision, split decision. Nah, man. You come watch my fight. You're watching someone's getting knocked out. Might be me. Might be him. Simple.
It's a good mindset.
That's finish. I don't want to be in these fights. You know, like I said, I watched the first 3 fights on that card on Bkfc and London show, and I thought, wow. I was just seeing guys' faces like fucking eyes out here, noses there, lips out bust. And I was just like, I can't fight like that. That's just not in my DNA. Like, I would go toe to toe with anyone, yeah, of course I would. But I don't need to be daft and be fucking swinging for fences like some of you doing bare knuckle. No point. But, you know, you want to think, like I said, and this is what I always say to some young fighters, how long do you want to fight for? Longevity. Yeah, you've got to think of longevity.
Minimum damage.
Yeah, 100.
Dish out as much as you can.
It's like Mayweather says, hit and don't get hit. Any clever boxer will tell you that. That's a science.
That's the art of boxing.
That's the art of it.
Do you follow much boxing?
Not really. Like I said, not as much as what I used to. I used to watch it quite a lot back in the days. I don't think there's anyone really big in it anymore. And that, again, that's no disrespect to the likes of Canelo, Triple G, fucking Mayweather, and you know some of the other up and comings. But
Do you think it's just they don't fight at the right time?
they're just. I think there's too much money in it.
There's a lot of evasion with each fighter as well.
And that's it. Yeah, the cherry pick. I've never cherry picked a fight. I've never looked at a fight and thought, ooh, don't want to fight him. You're a pussy, mate. If you're in the fight game, fight.
Yeah.
Simple. I'm not even like some MMA fighters that I'll see and they're like, oh, he's got a perfect record, 6-0. Who's he fought though? He's fought guys that have got shit records, guys that are just like, you know, coming over from fucking Spain or France or Italy just to get battered. You know, you're paying some foreign kid, bless him, just you know, you just paid him for a beating. You know, and like I said, that's my MMA record's 3-4 because probably my first debut fight was probably my easiest fight. But every fight since then has been against guys who fucking
keep leveling up.
You know, the one lad I fought is in PFL now. So that shows the level of guys that I'm fighting. Do you know what I mean? So, again, I'm happy to fight anyone, you know, and I just think, like I said, boxing is very nitpicking. It's like when Mayweather fought Pacquiao. That would have been one of the greatest fights ever if Mayweather hadn't waited and waited
5 years
and
too
waited
late,
and waited and waited until Pacquiao was kind of ending towards his career.
Came with a bad shoulder.
Coming in, he wasn't 100% probably fit. Wanted to jump through every fucking loophole that Mayweather wanted so he'd fight him. And then when he finally fought him, it was a boring fight. I fell asleep. Yeah. Like, I literally fell asleep. It was a boring fight. Don't get me wrong, it had its moments, but it was a boring fight.
Some exciting fight news I saw this morning that Ryan Garcia's fighting Deontay Davis. I think it's same night you're fighting.
Oh, is it this weekend?
I think so, yeah. And one of that Deontay Davis's mates, Kai, were doing like an Instagram live. And Ryan Garcia popped on it.
Did he?
And they're having a bit of banter. He's going, oh, you're going to get slept. And Ryan Garcia's like playing it cool. Like, oh, we'll see. And this Tank Davis's mate goes, put your fucking purse on it then. Put your purse on it. Ryan goes, everything's already on the line. He went, no, put your purse on it then. So Ryan's there like, fine, put the fucking purse on it. So then that Kai's like, right, ring your fucking lawyer up, get a contract written up. And Davis is straight on it. Yo, we need a contract written up now whilst they're still on live, mate. So if they do that, it's not like fucking Jake Paul and Tommy Fury who agree on a contract and don't do it.
My only view with that, though, you must go into a fight, especially with that mentality you've got there. Sometimes it might not go in your favour, so why would you risk the purse? Even if you believe...
Because then you're fighting for nothing, then, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's the only thing that I just... Yeah. Everyone keeps playing this Jake Paul card, right? It's like, well, put your purse on the line. It's like...
Well, it puts a ton more pressure on you. But in that moment, especially on the live, if he goes to you, put your purse on it, then if you go, no, I'm not doing that, it just makes you look like you've not got faith in yourself.
But that's what I mean, and this is, you know, it's a moment like that, where that male bravado, male ego, male pride kicks in, where you've just got to think, and that's a moment where you've got to have that, I don't give a fuck. I can't be asked, mate. Why am I going to do that? I don't want to risk my money. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that male pride and that male ego is like, nah.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah. You know, it should really be. It's not about the fucking money.
It's not about the money.
That person's mine. I'm going to smash you anyway. Yeah. That's what it could really be.
And yeah, it's just obviously how he could have dealt with it. But, you know, again, like I said, it's technology. You know, he's live. He's like, oh, that male bravado. It's that ego thing.
Let's see if that contract actually gets signed. It might just get avoided and swept under the carpet.
It might just, he signed a purse. But I think that'll be an interesting fight. I do like watching some of them younger fighters. I didn't watch the Roy Jones Jr. fight and Anthony Pettis, which... No.
Do you watch any influencer boxing?
I don't. I'm not. Like I said, this fucking Jake and Logan Paul's brothers piss me off, man. Yeah. I ain't got any time for them.
It's mad how there's so much controversy. Like we get guests on, we ask him that question a little bit. Like some love him, some fucking hate him.
I mean, I like what he's doing for the sport. Yeah, he's bringing more eyes and putting a bit more money and pumping a bit more money and wanting to pay boxers and fighters more, which is it's nice because Dana White's never said, oh yeah, here's your retirement package, mate. You know, after you punch drunk after fucking 20 fights. So yeah, it's nice that they're doing that, but I just think like. Because obviously I know my coach, he don't mind them, so I'm like fuck it. But yeah, to me, I don't like them, man.
You'd fight them though if you got the
I'd fight
fucking
either one of
contract
them.
through.
I'd fight either one of them. Like I said, line them both up. I'd fucking fight them both on the same night. Me, I don't give a fuck.
Do you wanna plug anything business wise? Where can people find out more about what you do?
So yeah, people can find me. I'm at AVT MMA. I teach there Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, kind of. Obviously, I also teach in Bradford, Underhooks. Again, another MMA kind of gym. So anyone, like I said, any age, teach from 8 and above at Underhooks. Obviously, AVT, you've got to be 15, 16 to come to some of the classes. But yeah, man, that's just teach MMA, martial arts, kickboxing. Just do what you got to do, aren't you?
We're going to be there Friday and Saturday. So all the best, mate. I can't wait to see you perform.
No, thank you. Thank you for having
Happy?
me down.
Put a good show on for the boys.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm here to entertain, guys.
Let's go.
I don't come up for a boring fight. It's going to be another banger as usual. I just want to shout out a few sponsors.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I want to shout out obviously my fallen soldier who passed away, Mr. Mikado. It was a very humble man and another man that gave me lots of ideas, in terms of business for martial arts, etc. He was more than just a sponsor. He was a really close friend and a father figure even. Obviously, shout out to Official 411, Excess Guard, keeping them teeth nice and protected. Obviously, MMA Reloaded, I'm also going to be doing a little blast with him as well. I've not seen him in a while. Eric's Gear, they are everywhere if you've seen them. Obviously, shout out to Hard Life Fightwear. Shout out to Gaines Gym as well. And everyone that's helped me along the journey. Obviously, all my coaches, AVT, coach at Underhooks, all my teammates I spar with, family, my friends, my kids, Taya, Thierry, and Maya. And yeah, man, just the missus as well, because I never shout her out. So I'll shout out you.
Get in that big bed.
Break out the red panties.
You juicy bitch. She don't wear panties. So
Yes, let's go.
on that bombshell, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robbie, brother.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Legend, mate.
Ooh, yeah, man.